Hello and welcome to The Bridge. This is Pritish Raj, and today we have a very esteemed panel with us to talk about a very historic moment that was yesterday and what can follow next. So I think you are familiar with these guys. I'll still, they don't need introduction, but I'll still take the privilege and go ahead to introduce them. First of all, we have with us Mohammed Riaz, two-time Olympian, former captain of Indian hockey team. Glad to have you, sir, on our panel. Thank you for
Thank you.
joining.
Thank you.
Then we have our man from studio who you keep listening to, who you keep hearing, bringing the best out of all the emotional moments you go through during a multi-sporting event. And not to forget a coach of hockey, a brilliant one. So thank you, Siddharth bhai, for joining. Thank you for, taking time out of your busy schedule for us.
Pleasure to be here.
And then we have Abhishek Sharma, an accomplished athlete manager who has worked with the elite athletes across the country. Thank you so much, Abhishek, for coming here with us today.
You're welcome. My privilege to be amongst all of y'all. So yeah, it's great.
So I would start here, and I'll start with Riyad sir. Sir, kal ka match, how was the emotions? 10 men, 43 minutes, held them on, and then penalty shootout. Tell us about that.
See, it is really a great match. I have not seen for a longer time. We can say is a historic match. Playing 10 players for just for 2 minutes, 3 minutes. It is very difficult to play. I am a player. I know I have played in the higher levels and pressure matches like this, and it is very difficult. And the Indians was outstanding defending because they have the 10 players on the field. They defend very well when they have a ball with them, and they are controlled so nicely. They are not let the ball go to the opponent because they have a lot of attacking because one player was less. The really is tremendous, and the Srijesh is on the post. Is really a rock on the post. He has really made the complete tournament, not only yesterday's match, the complete tournament. And we say generally, forward win matches and defend win the championship. The only person on the post is as winning the every champion game. So we have left only 2 games as there. Hopefully, same memento. Definitely, they have do it. They will be entering into the finals.
Right. And Siddharth bhai, I'll come to this after Riyad, sir. You were there, you were there looking at that game very up close. And, when that Amit Rohidas red card happened, all of us were looking at the game and you're like, what next? Because you have three more quarters to go. Tell us about what, you have followed this team very closely. Tell us about what was going through your head.
At the elite level, Pritesh, any elite coach plans for contingencies. What happens when this goes wrong? What happens when that goes wrong? They train and train and train various situations. But as
Right.
Riaz Bhai has rightly pointed out, you sometimes maybe would not have trained for playing 50 odd minutes with 10 players. But they pulled it off, and I put on my tweet and I said, this is the greatest defensive display by an Indian team anywhere, any level, any competition. Men's.
Right.
And people ask me why men's, and I said, because the women's have done something similar. 1-0 against Australia at
Yeah.
Tokyo, where Savita Punya actually created a world record, saving 24 shots on goal. So these two defensive displays by the men and the women, the men yesterday and the women in Tokyo, for me, they are the two greatest defensive displays by any Indian hockey team, men or women, anywhere in history. So for me, Craig got it absolutely right. We held on. I'm sure they must have trained and trained for a situation where they're a player or two down. But I would love to ask Craig, and maybe you can ask him on my behalf, Pritish, because you're a fantastic reporter yourself. That had you trained, had you
Yeah.
visualized, had you rehearsed playing 10 man down with 50 minutes? Maybe they had. I don't know, but simply incredible. Simply, they got it spot on, man.
Right, right. And Abhishek, I would come to you about the emotions of the penalty shootout. Okay, so 10 men down, held on for all this while, controlling the match 1-1. And when we go there, we know that we have a someone like PR Srijesh. So when that last save happened, what were your emotions, obviously, and what do you think, how important was this win for India in their chances for podium?
So I think yesterday, as Riyasa was saying, as Siddharth was saying, yesterday was something iconic. And to go through the experience that the whole team and the whole nation was experiencing for the last 45 minutes to defend, it was really tough. I have been involved with hockey players since 8 years. I know Amit is my player. All of these are my boys. So it was very psychologically also very different. I spoke to Amit, I spoke to Abhishek, I spoke to all my players yesterday after the game as well. We had a video call, how they were feeling. So coming back to that moment was difficult. Why? Because Amit is also the runner, the first runner, and he's probably the best over there. And then he's in second in line to Harman to take the drag flick. So, it is a very crucial player going, so the team morale can become difficult. But, like Siddharth Bhai was saying, that they defended collectively, which was the key. They didn't let them come, to oppose. And I somehow knew that if we defend 1-1, going into the penalties, I had a gut feeling that we will take it because we are more experienced. What was a standout for me was Shijesh Bhai is, yes, exceptional, but people like Rajkumar stepping up, people like Abhishek, who's been brilliant throughout the tournament. These are the boys who are stepping up with the seniors. So that gives you the added edge. And obviously, like the whole nation, it was a Sunday watching with family. All the Indians were looked on to such an iconic game. So I think it was an outburst that we were looking for, because Australia was a trailer that we saw of the group stage because we beat
Yeah.
them. But going into this, it was great. And especially like the calm and composed finish that someone like a Lalit, when he went in, I was thinking, my heart is going to skip a beat. What's going to happen? But it was meant for us, and youngsters stepping up and Shijesh by showing the way. That's how I will love to sum it up. So this team has that balance, and which is what I love about it.
Okay. Perfectly summed up, actually. And Riyad sir, I would like to ask you that Amit Rohidas is banned for one match now. India's primary defender, first rusher, as Abhishek mentioned. So, do you think that is going to impact this team at the moment, or do you think that we have players who would cover that part?
See, actually, Greg, when we do selections teams, so we will see that this is the A, plan B, plan C. What happened when the cards are taken? What happened the player got injured, knee injury, or when he's rushing it? See, okay,
Right.
forget it about today. He has taken a card. What happened if he is injured? He's out of the
Right.
one game. We have to think in a different angle. So that is what he has to take in some of the players like Hardik can play defender, back defender, forward, and midfielder. So Manpreet can play three positions. Like that, we have
Right.
the utility players in the team, so that when this such situation has happened, definitely there are players to back up on that positions. Now the main thing is our Indian team is very very positive energy and positive thinking. Mentally, they are very strong. When he was out of first quarter, all the players has not put their head down. This is the way we have to work hard and we have to win it. That is the positive which I can see in the television, that all the Indians are very physically, mentally very strong in it. I don't think so any problem they will feel when Rohit Das will be out. Definitely they will do better with the German team in the semi-finals.
Right, right. So that way I'll come to you. I think we both have seen Germany winning in front of our eyes the 2023 Hockey World Cup. They were brilliant. They are a good team, and they have a solid, core with them. But at the moment, India has the momentum. We have defeated Australia. We came, as you said, one of the greatest defensive displays. So how do you assess India's chances against Germany? Going into the semis. You are on mute, I guess.
So sorry about that.
Hmm.
I'm very optimistic. I'm very upbeat. First of all, what I was really happy about is we got the luck of the draw. We are not on the other side of the bracket where we could have faced Belgium, Australia, or Netherlands. This
Netherlands.
we're on this side of the bracket. We've done our job against GB. Germany up next. They have improved since we last played them at the Olympic Games.
Yeah.
Alexander Stadler is not in goal. Danneberg has come back into goal. He's cemented his position. They've added Gonzalo Payat. He was not there in Tokyo either. He's now a German citizen. It's a good mix that Andre Henning has got together of very senior players, Nicholas Wellen, Mats Grambusch, Matthias Muller, who are combining really well with the next gen that's coming through. Tom Grambusch, Prince, Weigand, all these
Right.
guys who are coming through are really, really top quality. I saw them play against Argentina. There are mistakes there. There are weaknesses that we can exploit. And I'm really upbeat. I'm really upbeat. If we defend the way we defended,
Right.
I think we can cause problems. Many years ago, this is when Lucas Winfader had just broken into international hockey. I had seen him badly exposed by SV Sunil. Badly exposed by SV Sunil on pace. Gonzalo Payat is not the fastest. Lucas Winfader is not the fastest. Matthias Muller is not the youngest. Okay, so
Right.
there are three players there in the back line who I feel with our pace and skill we can trouble. Now,
Right.
how we can do that, that remains to be seen. One thing I would like India to do is start better than we did against GB. For six
Hmm.
minutes, all we did was absorb pressure. We did it
Absorb.
well, but I would like for India to start on the front foot and put Germany under pressure from the first minute.
Right, right. Abhishek, if you look at the moment, this India team, how they are also like Siddharth I said, Germany has a very good mix. I believe India is at the moment we have covered all our bases. We have a solid experienced core group. Then we have youngsters also, and as you rightly mentioned before, there is someone like Rajkumar Pal stepping up into that fourth penalty corner with a clutch finish. So how do you see this Indian team, placed at the moment?
I think it's a great balance because last time from Tokyo, this time when this team was coming, there was still, we didn't really perform very well in the World Cup last year that happened. So there were ifs and doubts about some certain players, certain youngsters who were supposed to be pushed in. Uh, what I recognize is with Team India, what happens, no, we are a team that works on momentum. So once the momentum comes our way, we tend to improve, be it in any major competition. Even if you remember the Tokyo Olympics, we lost to Australia
Right,
in the starting game, and then we started building and taking one step at a time. So I think that is India's key strength. Now, after the performance that they've given yesterday in terms of being be playing with 10 men and then entering that penalty shootout and winning, I think India is more optimistic. As Siddharth bhai rightly pointed out, I also felt that in the GB game was we were wanting to absorb a lot more pressure with 11 men initially. I think we should go in the front foot. I think we should go attack. And we have the unit. If you see, if you're analyzing the game, there are different key areas where we are playing the diagonal ball and we are moving fast. So I think if we can utilize that, and someone like Abhishek coming in, taking a free hand shot, someone like Vivek who can dribble and get in, someone like Mandeep doing the same. So I think a combination of these things, along with the tight defensive display that we showed, I think this will be the key. So I'm very optimistic about Germany. And as Siddharth bhai again mentioned, that we are very lucky we are not on that end. Because in
right,
that end, Netherlands and these teams are like tough. So over here facing Germany, I think we can be optimistic. Now it's about balancing the team. Who do you push when? And yesterday, one more performance that stood out was I think Sumit was exceptionally good at some places. So I think, that has given a lot more confidence to players like Jarmanpreet coming back, is giving him confidence. So I think defensively, a unit ho, and I think attack, like Siddharth Bhai was saying, we should go in front, you should go for the kill. So once we go for that, I think then psychologically we can hold on to a lead and then see how the game goes. So I hope they
right.
use that strategy. I hope it works. And yeah, I am very optimistic tomorrow.
Right. And Riyad sir, I'll come to you on this. Weight of first medal ended in Tokyo. After 41 years, now we have reached two semi-finals for consecutive times after 52 years. So, are we looking at history at the moment? A final after let's say 44 years. What do you think about it?
See, we should not talk about history. We should not think about the history. We are come such a long journey. Just we
Hmm.
have to, you have to go to the destination. We have to play
Right.
our own games. We have to control our emotions, and we have to be very, very, very disciplined. because
Right.
now is very crucial match. Today is the championship and the World Cup winning match today. Tomorrow it's a semi-final. We have to
Mm,
play like that. There should
mm,
be the, in the team meeting. There should be very careful after tackling each and every ball. Has to win
mm,
and play each and every second. You have to think your mind should be there. You should not take cards on it because we have one shot of player in the rolling substitution. It is a very high intensive game. We need to
right.
have a players for the rolling substitution. Then only we can manage our stamina on the pitch. Otherwise, it is very difficult. Whatever we get a small half chances in the circle, we cannot always, but thinking of Harmanpreet scoring penalty corners. We have to score field goal also in the match. Tomorrow match is very very crucial, and we have to be very disciplined. One player is short. We think it that main player is not in the
Yeah.
team. All those things we have to calculate and play. Definitely, we will win.
Okay, so I'll come to Abhishek. Abhishek, what do you think is going to be the key tomorrow against Germany? Like, is there any player in your mind, or any strategy? Strategy, I think you have already told us. But do you think is there any player in your mind who is going to be absolutely जो तुरुप का इक्का कहते हैं जिसको?
I think collective unit, sir ने, Rizwan sir pointed out really well कि पता है, tomorrow the thing is the focus is on. So when I also spoke to the players yesterday after the victory, and I was talking to all of them, and everyone was very calm. It's so important to control that emotion that you have, and there's so much love coming from India. So it is the key. They are all very focused. Bronze हमने kiss किया है last time. They all have the desire to keep calm their emotions and then get to the
Yes.
let's get to
Yes.
the finals. So that is my overview. I think personally, I think जैसे Rizwan sir was again saying that it shouldn't only be Harman, but it should be the outside goals that should happen. So for me, the trump card is going to be Abhishek, because I think he has that in him. If he gets the right shot, right momentum, the good space, he's the type of a player who can make a difference, at least in the attacking front. So for me, I would put my bets on someone like Abhishek because the goals that he scored against Belgium, Australia, these were very interesting shots that he had taken, and this was the only outfield goal. I think Mandeep is the only one apart from him who's taken the outfield goal shot, or else it's only been Harman from the drag flick, so or the penalty corner. So I think someone that outside the box, or apart from the penalty corners and all of that, if India can score, I think I would put my bet on Abhishek, but it's also Shijesh bhai, obviously, it totally depends on how it goes, but I think he's also the man of the moment. He's the guy. So I hope we score first and then we absorb and Shijesh bhai comes and defends and we win. Yeah, that's how I look at it.
Right. Coming to you, Sid bhai, any final comments? Obviously, I know you have a lot to say. We hear you all the time, but I would like to hear your, just you thinking about what if we win tomorrow? What does happen then?
We have to dominate midfield. For me, that is absolutely key.
Hmm.
Against Germany, when you have players such as Nicholas Wellen picking up the ball in midfield, Max Grambusch picking up the ball in midfield, Martin Zwicker, Johannes Grosser, if Hardik, Manpreet, Rajkumar, Vivek, who are the beating heart of the Indian team, our strongest point, people say it's Harman, people say it's Srijesh, but India's strongest point is India's midfield. We won in Tokyo, we did what we did because our midfield fired. If you don't dominate midfield in modern hockey, chances are that you
You don't.
cannot win. Argentina could not dominate that midfield
Yeah.
space against Germany. They lost the game. It was too late by the time they chased. I would really
Correct.
want us to assert ourselves in midfield tomorrow. That is the one thing I would like them to see. And just one message to all of them: no pressure, guys. Make it 9. We've got 8. Get us the 9.
Hmm.
That's all.
Perfect. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for joining me in this insightful discussion we had. And for all of you watching, we'll keep bringing this to you. People like, you
Pritesh,
know,
just 1 second. I'm really sorry, but a lot of people have asked me, Amit's not there. Who's going to rush? What's going to happen in our PCD? And I'm going to take this liberty via you and via the bridge to tell them, guys, we have 3 very, very good first
yeah,
rushers in Amit's absence. That's Manpreet, Vivek, and Sumit.
right.
The
Correct.
problem is some lazy journalists not you, you are a very active journalist, but some lazy journalists who don't come to watch domestic hockey,
Yeah.
don't know how
Correct.
good Sumit is, don't know how good Manpreet is, and don't
Exactly.
know how good Vivek is. So we've got
Correct.
three very good first rushers, as Riaz Bhai has said, as Abhishek has said. We've got our bases covered. Don't worry, this is high performance. You always go in with a plan B. Thanks, man. Sorry.
No worries, no worries. Perfect. Thanks for that input. And as I said, guys, thank you for joining in, all of you and all our viewers. Thank you for listening to us. We'll keep doing this. We'll keep bringing such insightful discussions. And see you around. Let's hope for a win tomorrow. Thank you, everyone.
Yes, let's hope for
Thank
a
you.
win, guys. Thank you, Siddharth
Thank,
bhai. Thank you, Riyaz sir.
thank
All
you.
right.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank you.
thanks,
Thank you,
thanks,
sir.
Pritesh.
Thank you.
All right. Bye bye. Bye
Thank
Thank
bye.
you.
you,
Bye,
Riaz
guys.
Anna. See you.
Thank, bye. Bye.
Yes. Bye bye.